Hi everybody, Dogbird here for my part 2 of my new player guide. We're going to go over who you should be farming, who to work on in the early game, up to about the mid game as well. Really mid game is kind of moved to like DD2, DD3 area. As you can see in my younger account here, I have it at level 75. I'm doing DD3. So quick tip, once you hit level 75, in the war store you can start getting gear 15s. Start buying those. You can also get them in the gold store, start buying those as well. And that's a good time when you can start opening up the orange gear orb tubes. Good time to go and start opening those up and get those gear 15s, some gear 14s as well, 13 uniques. Anyway, back to who to start working on now, as of this is now August, not July anymore. So depending on when you start it, if you have the Infinity Watch like I have on this account, those would be number one, of course, to work on. Even just Gamora, Nebula here, Moondragon, and Phyla-Vell. If you have Kestrel, great. If you're willing to spend and get Kestrel, go for it. She is great with them. You can also do that with Silver Surfer as well. He works as well. But then, of course, if you're a very brand new player, you're going to be working with the Wave 1 Avengers, most likely Black Widow, Hawkeye, Captain America, Thor, you'll get all for free. I think Black Widow, you do have to farm a bit, though, to get her. And Hulk, you'll just get within the first few weeks of playing. You just get different achievements, and you just kind of get them. They'll be your the really early rate team is the Wave 1 Avengers, unless you're arena team. But as you're working on it, you want to get other characters. Some other characters to get. Ghosts in the War Store, once you get her. She can help out a little bit in Arena. Yo-Yo, you can get in the Raid Store. She can also help out in Arena and Raids as well. But it really doesn't become effective until you get her passive up, I believe it is. Yes. To always apply offense down, level 4 means you're going to have to be around level 60 to get this effect. But you get level 60 pretty quickly in this game. Another character to grab at the War Store, Minerva, get her unlocked. You can definitely use her in the early game. Great healer, great raid healer. Some other characters you might not think of to get, like grabbing X-23 out of the War Store. She is phenomenal in the early game because of how much damage she does. That's why I ended up building her so high. You can see her on level 67s when I finally stopped using her. I did use her in Arena. She does become quite a pain to take out because she does get an evade early on. She ignores stealth. That's something you're going to see, like, and she can get around taunts because a lot of people are going to have like the Hulk and Captain America, and you need to get the Thor and kill Thor. In a lot of the mirror matches, X-23 will allow you to get to him quick. Then the character of the raid store, of course, Baron Zemo. You get him, his buffs be gone. Get you around those taunts again. Get you around some invises if there's out there. Another good character to grab early on. Another character you can get fairly somewhat early is Loki. Get him in the, I believe it's Cosmic campaign. Or Mystic, sorry, Mystic campaign. We can double check this. It is Mystic 3-6. So he's a little bit later on, but he's a somewhat early character. He's good because he puts up that invis. He stealths the character once they get too low. Or you can just use him to get the early mind control and hope that he kills somebody like that. If you can get Hela, great. I actually got Hela just out of random orbs. And then I was able to use her later on as well. Once you complete DD2, definitely invest in Ultron. Get him up as quick as possible. He'll help you complete DD1, get you some more rewards. Mr. Sinister is not really a really good early game investment. He doesn't really start shining until you get him up around level 68 when his clone ability, when you can put the T4 in his clone ability, which will give the clone all the T4s. Plus, because of the clone based off of his stats, he needs high investment. If you can get somebody at Spider-Man, which has actually gotten quite a bit harder now with the milestones since he's only got 30% drop rate, obviously invest in him. And of course, Emma Frost, invest in her as well if you get her unlocked. Those are two great characters that you can use. The other characters you might want to pick up. If you buy Kestrel and you're looking to put together a raid team, but maybe you don't have the Infinity Watch, you might want to go after the Kree minions just to get Nick Fury to help power up Kestrel. He does give you a little bit of healing too, plus he brings the shield minions in. The reason why I'm saying this is because if you're a brand new player, you might be in that beginner blitz. You might be able to get Maria Hill. Let's find her. Unfortunately, way down here. So she's another skill character. She works with Nick Fury and Kestrel, obviously. But you gotta remember this new Secret Avenger team is the skill raid team. So if you're looking for an early game raid team and you're brand new and you can get Maria Hill in that beginner blitz, get her. Do it work really hard on it. Get enough shards to unlock her. You have that advantage being that beginner blitz. Because once you're out of that beginner blitz, it's very unlikely you're going to score enough points to get enough shards to unlock a 100 shard character without spending money. Of course, if you're willing to spend money, and maybe you're already past that level 60 and got another beginner elix, this might be something to work into, buying her Sharon Carter and Cap Sam. As you can see, she does give resistance in rage, but the other thing is in rage she's always healing characters on any block, which comes into like Captain Sam, of course. Of course, the other character, if you could get her, or already did get her, is Sharon Carter. She was just an event campaign. Depending on when you started, you might have gotten her. You got to remember, if you do invest in her, she does apply slow on her basic. Even at level 6, she'll do it for 3 turns. I mean, level 5, 2 turns is pretty good, never mind level 6. But she also, if you have Captain Sam, reduces speed bar by 25% of the primary target. That's huge. She also gets the ability to apply ability block, and she can apply defense down for 2 turns as well. I'm not really looking at T4s because if you're a newer player, you're probably not investing too many T4s. You probably don't have a whole lot. So that's the other key thing I wanted to mention, is that when you're a newer player, you can't worry about what the character looks like with T4s because you're not there yet. You need to look at them more like level 6 to see what they are and how good they would be for you. And of course, here on Sharon Carter, at level 6, she gets the stun on top of it. It would be great to get the T4 in her and clear all positive effects, but she's doing a bunch of damage and, stun. And with Enrage, she'll also give extra damage to the Secret Avengers. So this makes it a really good team so far for raiding. Probably could be an arena team in the early game. It's hard to say how good they would be right now. They're just too new. Takes too much of it. And of course, Captain Sam, you can get him for free out of the Strike Pass right now. He'll probably have a second Strike Pass if he's anything like the Polaris, but we can't be guaranteed, obviously. Just more good stuff. He has a chance to clear a positive effect at level 6, not guaranteed like it was the T4, but still pretty good. He gets deflex, he gives himself deflect, that's great. He can taunt, he gets counter, he gets deflect, and the big thing here, he's handing out energy to other skill allies. So you can do mix and match. You could, in theory, bring in Moondragon and Gamora instead. Maybe like a Maria Hill or something. I don't know if I'd really replace Sharon Carter, but you never know. So you can also bring in Nick Fury, of course. He'll give him, and Kestrel he'll give energy to. So lots of good things here, and even at low star levels, he's going to be pretty high. You got him giving speed bar. Even without the T4, he still gives 5% speed bar. Still great in raids, still great in arena. I see a really high future for this guy. A really bright future, I should say. And that new players, if you can put together that Secret Avengers team, you'll have a great raid team. I think you'll have a pretty good arena team. And you'll be well on your way to getting some more cores, and just having an easier time in raids, racking up those raid credits. Other than that, other characters you're just gonna kind of come by, like you're gonna get Taskmaster eventually, Merc Lieutenant. You're not really at the point where you can worry about the monthly like payday events. The one for Red Star or the promo credits, I can't remember the name of it. Block Party, definitely not. The hand event, what gives Catalyst, definitely. Don't worry about those. You're not there. You'll pick up characters as you go along, as you can see. I don't really invest in anybody I'm not really using right now or didn't need yet because of that. As far as payday, I have a few mercs. Let's just show you mercs that I consider the most important of all the monthly events. I got the three. I can get the 3-star. I got the 3-star level of payday. It gets me some extra gold, which at this level is quite nice. It also brings me to another character of who you really want to invest in, at least build up a little like I have. Killmonger. Why Killmonger? Well, let's take a look at him. He's of course a merc, so that's good for the payday event. He's military, good for the training materials. He's a Wakandan, good for the promo credit one as well. He's skill, he's a global character, he's a blaster. He just has a lot of good tags. You can just use him for a lot of different things. For those monthly events, he covers a few of them. And other characters you want to farm for, you pretty much want to farm. You do want to actually get the Asgardians up to at least 5 stars so you can unlock Black Bolt, which in turn will then you'll start working on your Inhumans to get Ebony Maw. If you can get, once you hit level 70, you can get into that Doom campaign, and if you can get all the way to the end and unlock Negasonic, it would be great because then you can start working on your Doc Ock farm. But don't look for this until you hit level 70, of course. You always want to remember then, once you hit level 70, complete your DD2 team, get Ultron, get them out of there. And just work, and then you have to start looking at, what teams you need for the Doom campaign eventually. But your focus should be on Dark Dimension 3. Having just hit level 75, my focus is on Dark Dimension 3 right now. So I brought Gamora, Nebula, Moondragon, Phyla-Vell, and Kestrel up as my first 5. Second day in, I'm already on node 3 of DD3 with these 5 because they are doing pretty well, but it's still DD3 and, well, it's still a nightmare. And that's why I have some of these characters favorited. I need to work on Anti-Venom, I need to work on Scream, just for DD3 stuff. Don't overlook your mutants. You're going to need mutants eventually. X-Factor is a great team. You can use them in the early Doom campaign for hero mutants, and then throw somebody else in. I think I threw Beast, or you can throw in Yo-Yo as well. The second part, I remember you can just use Gamora. She got me through it. For the very early game, when you're looking for villains, I suggest the Sinister Six. You can work them up to 5 stars, get to 2, get Shuri, get Invisible Woman, so you get a couple free legendary characters that you will eventually need anyway. You do need Shuri for that Wakandans, and plus in Doom's 2, there is an AIM/Wakandan node that she helps out quite a bit with. But there's some fantastic 4 nodes out there. The Invisible Woman's great to have. She is handy. She does come in handy in war too. If you want to get those cream minions, go ahead and get them. If you have Kestrel and you want Nick Fury, you don't only need to get them to 3 stars. They're okay farm, but I wouldn't make them priority unless you have Kestrel. That should do it. That wraps up what to invest in and who to work on in the early game now. It's gotten a lot simpler. Since there's only really a few teams you should be looking at. And generally, if you're brand new, you're probably in that beginner blitz, you should be getting some newer characters, which are been power creeping quite a bit, so they'll probably be the best options in the future. That's it for today. Goodbye.